What's good, YouTube? Onaedo here. Just a quick message. I was watching Donkey of the Day from Breakfast Club, and they gave it to a Massachusetts school for feeding its kids in honor of Black History Month fried chicken. And honestly, I'm looking like, what is the problem? Black people, so what? They gave you they are feeding you good. They give you fried chicken, mac and cheese with some with whatever side they chose in honor of Black History Month. And it's like an uproar that the school has to apologize. Now, honestly, to me, that's one of the better ideas. And if you watch the video or the clip, it was talking about how the intention behind it was to honor Black American cuisine, basically every week for the month. Every week for the month of Black History, they're going to feature a Black dish. That, to me, is one of the better ideas I have heard in a long time when it comes to Black History Month. And I'm like, what's the uproar? Would you rather they stood up in the cafeteria and read some speech about how you guys were once slaves? Would you rather that for which is what is always going on during Black History? Black History is basically just a time every year to remind Black people in this country that they were slaves and basically be happy that you're not a slave anymore and now you get to be free. It's basically just keeping you in that chain position. So for this year to be like, this is totally different. Are you kidding me? You're mad that your school chose to feed you quality. I mean, okay, not healthy, but just quality food. Whether it's healthy or not, it's good eating. You know what other schools are getting? Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. Or some cheese-filled burrito. I pick up my kids from school. What do you guys eat for lunch? A corn dog? What do you guys have? Pizza rolls? But here, this school is choosing. Do you know how relieved I would be if, hey, what do you guys eat from school? Oh, we have some fried chicken and mac and cheese with some green beans on the side. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Then I don't have to worry about running home to give you a quality lunch to make up for that BS your school gave you. You Black people want to argue for things you don't need to argue about. Who cares? Black history, as far as I'm concerned, what you need to be arguing about is the fact that Black History Month even exists. Because like I said, the whole point of the Black History Month, as far as I'm concerned, is just to remind Black people every month that you were a slave. Don't get too carried away thinking you're free. Because, hey, hello, remember, you come from slavery, so know your place, because you're lucky that we're letting you even be free right now. That's all Black History Month is every year. It's the same repetitive message to Black people. Hey, you were a slave before, so don't forget that. So this school decides to do something that is hey, that's a dope idea in my opinion. That's thinking different and thinking positive. If it was Asian month, let's say it's Chinese month, and it wouldn't be a bad idea if, okay, for this month, since it's Chinese month, we're going to feature Chinese dishes. Today you'll have this type of egg roll and tomorrow this type of Chinese dish or whatever. I went to an international high school and we had international month season where every culture in the school had to bring their dish and teach the rest of the school about your culture through your dish. As far as I'm concerned, that's the first positive move that a school, as in my opinion, has done about considering Black History Month. You want to highlight Black culture by highlighting the dishes that Black people... Now, okay, is fried chicken just for Black people? No, of course not. So I definitely do understand as far as that concept of where did this stereotype come from. But if you watch the video, the Donkey of the Day video from Breakfast Club, it does break down why, fried chicken became a staple for Black people. Whether I agree with it or not, whatever. But that's just why apparently they say it became a staple for Black people. Because yes, every culture eats. White people like fried chicken, Asians like fried chicken, Mexicans like fried chicken. So it's not just only Black people eat fried chicken, but nonetheless, if it's the stereotype, fine, who cares? Like I say, you Black people worry about things you don't need to, you shouldn't even be caring that much about. And then the things that you should care and should be doing something about, you let that slide. You really want to fight something for Black history, then you fight to eradicate Black history. Because why are you even choosing to let them tell you to celebrate your history only once a month? White people are not from North America, but they don't have a white people history month once a month. No, they just live and do their thing. There's Asians in America. They don't have Asian History Month. I don't care how they came over here. Whatever. Mexicans are here. There's no Mexican History Month. You might consider Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is not a history month. That's just a holiday for them. But black people is, we have to give you a Black History Month. And what's the Black History Month topics and concept is always slavery. Always slavery. These things are intentional. So the things that black people need to be arguing about, you want to fight something for Black history, choose to get that ish out of your curriculum. You're bigger than a month, dude. You're a whole culture. That should be a daily thing. The rest of the world doesn't need to acknowledge it. Who cares? You guys know this. We have a daily rhythm. White people know that. That's why they don't care about giving themselves a month. Asians know that. That's why they don't care about, we need a month in America. But it's black people who we have to give you guys your month. Asians have a negative side in their history. So it's not like, just because Africans are the ones that have slavery, we have to highlight it. Man, every culture right now has something negative. Look at Mexicans. What's their history? That's almost worse than black people. What's Mexicans' history? Nigga, that their whole race got wiped out and they only got a little small section left. What's the Native Indians' history? They're all killed. Every now and then you see a Native Indian. It's like, it's rare. Black people, we are still around here forever. We are strong as motherfuckers. You ain't getting rid of us. But why are we the ones that need a Black History Month? Is it because you want to remind us, America, that we were slaves? And that we should know our place. Basically, don't ever get too comfortable, because that is all that does to black people. Every time you start talking about you were a slave, it's very uncomfortable. It is an uncomfortable situation to be in, to be the only black person or one or two black people in a class with every other white, with everybody else is white or Asian or whatever other race. You're the only black people and it's always just talking about how you were a slave. That's embarrassing and uncomfortable. You want to fight for something for black history, choose to get that out of the way. But your mind, because the school chose to give you good food in honor of, hey, well, let's highlight black culture by highlighting a dish. So next week they could have given you guys gumbo. The week after that, they could have given you guys jambalaya or whatever other black dish is, whatever is considered a black meal in this country. And that's a month of good eating. And that was a month of highlighting black dishes. Because black people and white people, we don't eat the same. We don't. We eat similar things, but no, black people, they do have a culture as far as how they eat. What's wrong with highlighting that for black history instead of the usual slavery? So, I don't know why this school got under fire. I saw the caption for Donkey of the Day, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And it was just, of course, black people, y'all acting like Karens with the way you guys think sometimes. You always talking about white people are Karens, bitching about everything. Black people, stop following suit. It's not everything that has to be just an offense. Man, enjoy your month of good eating at your school, because other schools are getting pizza rolls for lunch. Other schools are getting PB&J's sandwich, and not even fresh PB&J's, the ones that come in the packages that have been made and shipped from wherever. So it's just man, come on. Like I said, I will be happy if I pick my kids up from school and, hey guys, what'd you guys eat for lunch? Oh, we have some fried chicken. We have some mac and cheese. The few times I pick up my kids and they let me know they have chicken, I'm like, okay, I know you ate today, real food at school, and I don't have to feel like I gotta rush home to make up for that. I gotta make sure I give my kids my breakfast, because school breakfast is granola bar and a muffin. Sugar is what we're feeding kids for breakfast. And then they go to lunch, because many kids eat at school for breakfast. So they're eating sugar for breakfast, garbage for lunch. Like I said, pizza rolls or corn dogs, and fruit that's out of a can that's drenched in syrup. And then you pick them up. So your kids' breakfast and lunch has been garbage eaten. And then now dinner, okay, you get a chance to make up for it. Some of you are tired by the time you get home, so you don't want to do anything heavy for dinner. Some of you, so we'll cheat sometimes. Go buy food from here, go buy food from there. You can buy healthy, yes. Some people will buy McDonald's for dinner. So now your children have gone a whole day. Breakfast was a muffin from school. Lunch was pizza rolls from school. Dinner, you didn't feel like cooking, so you took them to McDonald's. Even if you took your kids to a restaurant food, unless you really pick healthy, restaurant food is loaded in salt. So is it still really the healthiest? So if I pick my kids up from school and, hey, I know you had a real meal, Like, okay, I can make, it's just easier on my mind, basically. So it's like, man, let's stop complaining about little things that really do nothing for you. This school chose to do something highlighting Black culture. Every week, let's highlight a dish that's considered Black American dish. And it was a Black chef or a Black person who works for the school or something like that, a Black cafeteria person who came up with the idea. It wasn't even white people. This was a Black person. So like, man, Black people, if they decided to feed you good for a month, hey, let it happen and then move on with your life after that.